Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Holes in Your Drywall.
What's
I'm one,
good?
I'm one of your co-hosts, Aaron.
And I'm your other co-host, Reid. And Aaron, I've got some good news for you this week.
What is that?
Our first guest is going to be on the podcast, and this week it's actually Barack Obama. But he has laryngitis, so he won't be speaking, but he will be joining us on the pod.
All right, so I don't know if he's telling the truth or not, but hey, we've got intro music, and here you go.
Holes in your drywall. Get higher, Aaron.
All right,
Boom.
Post Aaron, please put that in there. But yeah, that was a cool intro that me and Reid are singing wonderfully. Not sarcastically at all.
Beat made by our friend and roommate / lover,
Nope,
Parker Wallace.
not lover.
Find him on Soundcloud at Pulled Pork.
Yeah, we just want to thank him for doing that for us. It was a good, time, and he's a musician. He goes crazy
Shout
in the
out.
lab. Yeah. Okay.
Shout out.
All right. Now let's get into today's episode.
All right, Aaron. So the first segment, I want you to describe yourself using 4 adjectives.
Okay.
Go.
Cute, handsome, manly, single.
Yes.
All right. Now, do you have to do the same thing, or
I will, but I just want to note. I want to point out how highly you think of yourself. The first 2 adjectives were cute and handsome.
hey, it's all self-confidence, baby.
Hey, what's good?
Got to put that vibe out.
So my 4 words are very cool, very legal.
I'm surprised that you didn't put string bean in there. Got a lot of comments about that, and people really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, I think people like that because of how accurate it is. I'm really like a nice piece of provolone string cheese.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to everyone that actually listened to our first podcast. Let me pull up
The
the numbers right
loyal
now.
drywallers.
The loyal drywallers. We have
First week, almost 1 million listens, I think.
I think around that. And I just want to shout out my mom for listening it that many times just to get my self-confidence up.
Yup.
Just kidding. That joke fell flat because Reid didn't like it at all. But yeah, hey, shout out to you guys. And this is fun. Thank you guys so much. We're now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, and guess what?
YouTube.
And
Our favorite website.
that's right. So underrated. And go like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Give us a rating in Apple Podcast.
Man, you just keep going. All right, let's hop into this podcast.
Yeah.
The first drywall story. Cut that.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we're gonna start out with a drywall story because Reid's got so many of them.
Yep.
We
This
thought of
week's
more.
drywall story is pretty good. So if you've been to my house, you've seen that we have a fake leg hanging from the wall, and everyone that comes over, we ask them to sign it.
Just a fake leg, like a prosthetic, or
Now, I think a prosthetic leg is a leg that someone wears.
so it's a mannequin leg.
It's a mannequin leg.
Yeah. That's in
like
the
you'd
notes.
see in a store. So we had this leg hanging in our living room, and I wanted it to be hanging in a way that it looked like it was sticking out of the wall, almost as if someone was falling through the wall. And so I took the leg and I bashed the thigh part of it that had a little metal piece sticking out of it. A little notch, yeah. And I tried getting it to stick like that. Didn't work. Just put a hole in the wall.
Yeah, that sounds like a great drywall story. I was there. 10 out of 10. Would do again, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Highly recommend.
Yeah, so that's this week's drywall hole for all you drywallers.
For all the loyal drywallers. Hey, Aaron, have you ever heard of Quibi?
No, other than like you trying to tell me about it. No, I have not.
Okay, so Quibi is this new hit thing. It's a streaming service that, in their words, quick bites, big stories. Watch movie quality shows designed for your phone, new episodes every day. And so the gist of it is like Netflix, but everything's designed to be watched on your phone. And I'm not sure, but I believe in portrait mode. So you can hold
That
your
just
phone
seems
up.
kind of wasteful, instead of shooting in landscape.
Yeah. So, anyways, the marketing campaign started off at $470 million in the company's first year, and it launched on April 6th.
Wow, dating this podcast, but yeah, okay. So why would I use that over, let's say, YouTube? Because YouTube's great.
Well, you wouldn't, but
Okay, why would I use that over Netflix? Just play devil's advocate.
if you need something to watch while you're standing in line at Panda Express, you don't want to pull out Netflix. And see, I
Okay,
don't know. I don't know why anyone would download this.
so are you saying that we should check it out and then give the drywallers like an actual review? So I guess right now we're just telling them like, hey, it's out there. But this
It's out there.
feels like free clout that we're giving Quibi.
Quibi sucks.
Okay, there we go. No free
Here's
clout.
the deal. Here's the deal. We'll review it for you guys and let you know. I saw on a Twitter poll that included over 13,000 votes that people's initial thoughts on Quibi, 7% thought it was good, 7% thought it was not so good, and 86% said not planning to download.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why it's needed, essentially.
My
But
problem with it is that it costs money. You do get the first 90 days free,
okay.
and then plans are like $5 a month after that.
Well, yeah, drywallers. We'll have Reid go into the review next week. So this is for future Aaron and Reid not to forget to do that. But hey, did you hear about Adele's divorce?
Yeah, and other pop culture news.
Because I didn't.
So
Maybe I'm
I
just living under a
saw
rock.
I saw a tweet that said Adele has to give her ex-husband 140 million euros in their divorce settlement.
Translation?
I think it's like $160 million.
Euros? 104
Something
million?
like that. 140.
Oh.
But here's the real zinger. Adele's only worth 180 million euros. So almost her entire net worth is going to her husband, who I assume doesn't even have a job in this divorce. And I just want to know, did she not have a lawyer, or how did it go this south?
Let me know that it is 140 million euros is 152 million dollars.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Today I learned that. But that's kind of crazy, like how does the husband get that much out? Like,
Yeah, most of what she's worth, the husband gets. And he didn't earn any of that. That just blows my mind. Similarly, Jeff Bezos settled with his ex for $30 billion, which somehow makes more sense to me.
I mean, isn't he like 100 billion or something? Like net worth, essentially?
Yes.
Okay. But yeah, I guess that makes more sense. Yeah. Why are we bringing everybody down with divorce, man? Like, Adele is just gonna go off and write some more songs. Probably.
You know, her best songs have come through heartbreak, so I'm kind of excited about this.
That's a fact. Her and T Swift.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's actually true for T Swift, but I can think of love song.
Speaking of love,
oh wow!
As you all know, Aaron and I
Sick
are
transition.
Experts. Yep.
Yeah.
As you all know, Aaron and I are experts at reality TV, specifically love finding shows. So this week we'll be
Jersey Shore.
And Jersey Shore. This week we're comparing Love Is Blind to The Circle. two shows on Netflix, both about finding. Well, I guess the
No,
circle's not so much
Circle's
about
not.
finding love, but
No.
I'll explain that after.
How about
Go
just
ahead and explain Love Is Blind.
Netflix reality TV? I don't know.
Yeah,
And just
yeah.
well, Love Is Blind. Here's the premise: you get 5 people, or I guess I don't know, was it 10 guys, 10 girls? I wasn't super clocked in, but this is what I got from it. They go into a room, and there's a glass barrier in the middle of the don't eat those pretzel chips.
Nope, that.
There's 2 rooms, guy and a girl on one side of the room, a little glass barrier in the middle of the room, and they have to spend. Basically, they do speed dating, and then within like I don't know, a couple days, they get engaged, like, and they're spending what 20 hours with somebody during the day. It's really crazy.
Before
And
engagement.
yeah,
Just a couple
like when
days.
they're in these rooms, they're there for like almost all day just talking to this person, and then first off, if you're on that show, you're gonna be crazy. And then the next thing is that they're giving these people so much wine that like it's
Just
like
force feeding them wine.
essentially, yeah. It's like they're
That's
Greek
what all
gods.
good
I don't know.
shows have, though. One of my biggest problems with Love Island is that they have a strict alcohol limit, and I just think the show would benefit so much from people getting sloppy drunk.
You know, it doesn't have an alcohol limit.
Your basement.
Jersey Shore. Okay, weird. But yeah, Love Is Blind. And then another quick Aaron synopsis is after this, they have a honeymoon in Mexico, which where they like actually get to be together for a while, which because when they're in the rooms, they're not actually like IRL. They're just talking between each other, if this makes sense. I don't know. Weird show, super weird concept. And then they're like, yeah, you have 30 days to plan a wedding and you can back out whenever. But if you back out, you can't marry this person, is what they say. And I'm not going to ruin it, but it is very just, why am I watching this? And why can't I stop watching this? Aaron's scale, I probably give it a 6 out of 10 just for
Not great.
drama. Yeah, no, it's like if you want to watch something, just put it on.
And for reference, is Jersey Shore a 10 out of 10 or?
I'd probably say it's 11 out of 10 in my book. But
That's pretty good.
yeah, you know, my Jersey Shore posters in my closet will attest to that.
Why is it in your closet? It should be out where everyone can see it. Keep that thing crisp.
One day when I move out, LOL. But hey, go ahead and tell us about the circle and tell us about how it's different from a square.
Wow. So the circle, I'm going to disregard that square comment, but the circle is a TV show where I think 10 people start off in it and they're in their own apartments, all separate, working on this social media platform that doesn't actually exist called The Circle. And basically, they're all competing to see who can become the biggest influencer or the most liked amongst the group. And so it's a really interesting dynamic because some of them start off as catfish, which are not real people pretending to be someone else. And some of the catfish did quite well. And then other people are actually themselves, but people are suspicious that they're catfish. And it's pretty interesting. There's not a ton of drama because everyone wants to be buddy so they can climb the social ladder.
Boo.
Basically what Aaron does on his Instagram. But
hey, shout out,
follow us. So I'm gonna give The Circle. You know, I did enjoy watching it, but yeah, 6 out of 10. I wouldn't watch it again if there was another season.
Yeah, Netflix, I will say they make some great documentaries, but then their series are just not great. I don't know. I mean, I'm biting myself on this one.
The moral of the story is watch Love Is Blind.
The moral
I
of
would.
the story
Okay,
is
actually,
watch Love Island.
that's what I meant to say. Not Love Is
Thank
Blind. I meant Love Island. Sorry, loyal drywallers, to throw that curveball there. But back to what you said about Netflix. I think they make really good series. I think it's their reality TV that needs work.
Yeah. Okay. I'll agree with that.
That's fair.
That's fair. Fair. Yeah, because I've heard great things about Ozark. Haven't
I'm
watched it
watching
yet.
it right now. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I haven't watched it. My parents went through it.
Your
But
parents watched it? That's surprising.
yeah, I know.
There's a lot of scrippas in it, so I kind of turned it off. I
All
closed
I
my
know
eyes.
is I couldn't like walk up there when they were watching it and not hear a curse word like in every sentence. But yeah,
So,
that's me.
yeah. Okay, here's the thing that bums me out about Ozark. I'm going to assume most of our listeners have been to that area, Table Rock, Ozark area.
Oh, it's actually about that area.
It's about the Ozarks in Missouri, southern Missouri. But here's the kicker. It was filmed in Georgia because of tax breaks. And when I found that out, I was so bummed out. And another thing that bums me out about it is there's rednecks in the show, but they have southern accents. And being from this area, I can tell
Yeah,
you that that is
Midwest.
not the correct accent. Yeah.
You can't fake Midwest.
Well, I don't even know what a Midwest accent is, but I can tell you it's not what they use in Ozark. They sound like they're from the dirty South.
Oh man, making accusations.
I mean, it makes sense. They're filming in Georgia, so maybe they are
Okay.
using Georgia accents. I don't
Well,
know.
maybe next week we'll have an Ozark review from Reid. And if you haven't watched Love Is Blind, The Circle, go watch Tiger King. And yeah, that's all we have to say about Netflix essentially at this point.
Yep. Moving on. Staying in the pop culture realm, talking about our favorite musician, Pulled Pork, aka Parker Wallace. Have a funny story about him. So
Just doxing him, dude. Just using his full name and everything.
Parker Wallace.
Okay.
So
I'll cut that.
So we were playing spike ball at Nafsker Park the other day. It's in downtown Wichita. And I don't know if we were making a ruckus or what, but the people who live in some apartments across the street decided to come down and join us. First off, not a good idea. They don't know where we've been. We could have been sick, but
Were they 6
they
feet
come
away?
down. One of them was.
Okay.
They come down and join us. Both of them were drunk. Probably 45-year-old women. And one of them, you could tell she was popular in high school, if you know what I mean. And she kept trying to join our game and have me explain it to her. And she ruined our spike ball because it was good competition. We were getting into it. And all she wanted to do was flirt with us. And I was like, listen, lady, calm down. And then she's just rambling on. And she brings up her daughter. And she was like, oh, my daughter would love this game. She played volleyball in college. And she's so hot. And you guys would love her. And all this stuff about her gross daughter. Listen, lady, I don't want to hear it. So I point at Parker and I say, this guy's single, hoping that she would quit talking to me and go bother him. And it worked. Unfortunately, it kept her around longer, though, because she said to Parker, hey, let me borrow your phone.
Bold move.
Borrows his phone, calls her trashy daughter. My apologies. I didn't actually talk to her. I assume she's trashy.
We're going to cut that.
Leave that in.
Okay.
So she comes down and joins us. And we didn't say a word to her. She didn't end up joining our game. We just kept playing spike ball, putting our nose down, balling like we do. And then after 15 minutes of watching us, that lady and her daughter go back up into their apartment, thankfully. And then the next day, Parker says, yeah, I've been Snapchatting that blonde girl all day. And I was like, what do you mean you were Snapchatting her? You didn't say a single word to her when she came down and tried talking to you. And he goes, yeah, man, she had my phone number, so she added me on Snap, and I'm calling her tonight. And I was like, what? You didn't, what?
Hey, you know what they say? Love is mute.
Ah, that's a good one.
Okay, keep us posted on that park story.
Pause. I will
Yes.
go ask him about it. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
No.
It's relevant. Just edit it out.
Okay, fine.
He had no good updates for me. Kind of a
Okay.
bummer.
Yeah. So that story really went nowhere, kind of. But you know, funny stories. Why not? We're gonna tell them. If not. And hey, that was a great story. Thanks. Brought by Reid. Nothing has happened with it. But what we're trying to get at with that story is get out, go outside, be active. Am I right, Reid? That's what we're trying to go for.
Yep, that's definitely the point of that story.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
we care
now
about
moving in.
drywallers.
Oh, frick. We can't re-record that. I interrupted you. My bad.
It's fine. It's fine. No. Not cutting. This is gonna be too much cutting, man. Oh God. Yeah. But thanks for all the feedback that we had on the first post or first podcast. We had some great tips on over under. People like that. People said be funnier. And
Yeah,
I don't think
a lot of
you understand how hard it is to make Reid laugh, and that's what I'm going at.
Hey, this week, only constructive compliments for us.
We don't take bad feedback well, or
We don't care about any good feedback. Just compliment us.
that's what we're going for. Yeah, so if we want to get into our next segment,
Yep, everybody's favorite segment, because it's the only one with a name, Over Under, where I bring up a subject, Aaron tells me if it's overrated or underrated. First subject, sobriety, overrated, underrated.
I would definitely have to say underrated, because if you say overrated, you're gonna kind of sound. I guess I'm going with sobriety from like alcohol.
Yep. That was what I was getting at.
Okay, well, big words kind of confuse me. Definitely underrated. If you're not drinking alcohol, Reed's shaking the screen. If you're not drinking alcohol, then you're like, I don't know, just taking the step for your mental health, kinda, and then it can help you out with like fitness goals, stuff like that.
Boo!
Okay, douche.
Nah,
What do you
I'm
think?
just kidding. I'll also go underrated here. We have a couple of friends that say they're going sober every couple of weeks, and
This is why you wanted to do it, isn't it?
they last a few days. No, that's not why I wanted to do it. I just thought it would be
Okay, yeah.
some good food for thought. Next up, weenie dogs, overrated, underrated. Totally underrated. I love weenie dogs.
I would say overrated.
I would say I want to do this podcast with someone else.
Okay, fair, but you're gonna tell me you're gonna take a weenie dog over a corgi. Corgi is basically the same thing, but a little bit bigger. Corgi's top notch.
Okay, well, when you put it like that.
Ooh, I think we got our first overrated.
See, no, here's the thing though, because everyone is all over corgis, and rightfully so. So weenie dogs get forgotten, and that's why they're underrated, because a lot of people sleep on them when really they're hilarious dogs.
That's fair. I will say overrated, but we love all dog breeds here at the Holes in Your Drywall. Okay.
Next up, British accents, overrated, underrated.
Oh, British people, so overrated. They suck. Wait, did you say accents?
Yeah, accents.
Okay, accents. Well, I
overrated.
think overrated. I say underrated.
Boo.
Okay, being in the Midwest, don't hear a lot of people with British accents. That wasn't even one. So
That
don't
wasn't
even try.
good.
That wasn't a good one, But I love them, mainly not being from Britain. Yeah, go ahead and say why you think overrated is wrong.
I just don't enjoy listening to him that much.
I
I
would
think, and
say
that's all I have to say about that.
I love their words more than their accents.
I like their choice of vocabulary because it's different. But okay, here's my main reason why they're overrated. British people, when they sing, they sort of lose their accent. Like Ed Sheeran and Adele, those are really the only British singers that I can think of.
One
They
Direction,
sound
couldn't think of that.
One Direction, they all sound much more American in the way that they pronounce things when they're singing, which makes me think that's the more natural way to say it. And why don't they just talk like that?
Yeah, British people, why don't you just talk like us in America? It's pretty simple.
Why don't you just talk the way I want you to talk, all right?
That's fair. All right,
Yeah, okay, so overrated, underrated. John Mayer on a first date.
I will defend this hill till I die. John Mayer on the first date with a lady is so overrated because he sets such a high example. Don't get me wrong, John Mayer is great. Love his albums, love his music. But if you're going on the first date, and this is what I heard from another friend, I was like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. You're gonna psych yourself out because you're like, this man is such an amazing person. He can sing. He sings about all of his love and like how he's trying to find it in all the wrong places. And just that'll get in someone's head and just like, man, I got to be the perfect man, but I can't
Okay,
be the
yeah.
perfect man.
That argument lives on the fact, though, that you're dating a woman who could potentially one day date John Mayer, which is just not true.
Still overrated, because it's not about the woman. It's about yourself and psyching yourself out.
Yeah, but he psychs me up because it's like, oh, I've got the John Mayer swag in me tonight. I'm going underrated on this, by the way. I think John Mayer, first date, you should definitely do that. You should assimilate yourself with John Mayer as much as you can on a first date. Every time I say my own name, I'm going to work his name into the sentence. Oh, did you see John Mayer was wearing jeans today? I'm wearing jeans today. Reid Lynett is wearing jeans. John Mayer was wearing jeans. Things like that. This pizza needs more salt. John Mayer was salty on Twitter today talking about, for example,
Okay, well, we're gonna stand on opposite ends of this, and you know what? You don't have to worry about John Mayer on your first date anymore.
That's true because I've had a girlfriend for 10 years now.
Oh, humble brag there. All right.
Yep. And she thinks I'm very cool and very legal. All right, Aaron, it's our.
What?
Yeah, it's okay to laugh at that.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Next segment. This is everyone's second favorite segment.
Today I learned.
Nope, song
we're
of
gonna
the
go
week.
in Today I Learned first because I don't want to end. This is everyone's favorite part. This is from.
Teach me something.
This is from a subreddit, which I don't really know what that is. It's from Today I Learned on the website called reddit.com.
Never heard
Today,
of it.
hey, okay, never heard of it either. Never been on it. Today I learned Dr. Phil lost his license to practice psychology in 2006. So therefore, all guests on this TV show must sign a contract stating that they're only there to receive advice, air quotes, from an individual, not a psychologist.
That is incredible.
So like all the people going on there just want internet clout. It's easy.
Easy. He's that famous. He has that much money and resources. Why would he not try to get his license back?
Maybe he just doesn't care.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it hasn't stopped him yet.
Okay,
wow, that is fascinating.
Yeah, now that's food for your brain right there.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can all say, today I learned.
Song of the week. So last week, my song of the week was not a big hit. Aaron's was. We saw Surfaces double their amount of listeners on Spotify.
Dang right. It's the influence that we got.
So I'm not taking any more risks. This week, I'm coming in hot with Sunflower by Rex Orange County. Rex Orange County, another British guy whom I love. He's like 20 years old or something like that, makes awesome music. His latest album is called Pony. It came out on October 25th. The song I'm referencing, though, was a single that came out in 2017. It's called Sunflower. Check it out.
My song of the week is a personal favorite, probably top 10. It's Baby I'm Yours by Breakbot. Oh, yeah. You know, I can't go much into it other than like you need to listen to it. And it used to be a meme. So that's how you know it's good.
Yep. Aaron is known for meme music. I don't know anyone else that listens to music found in strange videos.
Yeah, when people try to like, hey, what do you listen to? I can't describe it because it's literally just every genre.
It's interesting.
Yeah. But hey, that does it for this week's episode of Holes in Your Drywall. All right. But hey, yeah, go listen to us. Spread the word of our podcast. Hopefully Reid will actually promote it this time, other than me just, doing most of the stuff. But
well, you got to be funny to promote it. So
okay, we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Holes in your drywall. Thanks, loyal drywallers.
Woo! And
cut.